Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nick's Sunday night quiz. The wife's just telling me off. I've got 2 beers out in the fridge for her. I've got the tin and the bottle opener for her and left it on the table, and now she's moaning that I hadn't taken it over to her. Well, she was busy doing something else. Never mind. There's no winning sometimes, is there? Never mind. How is everybody? I hope everybody has had a wonderful Christmas, as best as we can make it anyway. I'm sure it hasn't been great for everybody, but we've had a pretty fair time with the family as best we can. So, yes, we've had a nice Christmas time, and I hope most of you have had too. Now then, what have we all been up to over that? I know it's been Christmas. We're probably like me, put on a few pounds, so it's probably time in the new year to start losing a little bit of that. It seems to me that we've certainly eaten far too much cheese over the last few days, which is very fattening, of course, but never mind. Right, let's see who we have here tonight to join us. Clive and Janet from Stockton just said, hope everyone has had a good Christmas. Well, I hope you've had a great Christmas, Clive and Janet, and all raring to go in tonight's quiz and keep you entertained before the new year starts. Martin Davis is just saying, good evening all. Hope you're out of self-isolation and every other isolation now, Martin. Fit and raring to go for another of Nick's marvellous Sunday night quizzes. Andrew's just joined us. Good evening, Andrew. Happy Christmas to you. Hope all is well with you and the family. Chris has just joined us. Chris Meads, good evening, Nick and Lydia. I expect, how did Christmas go for you then, Chris? Not too much of that Christmas turkey, I trust. The wife and I were out on the bike this afternoon. We thought the weather was so nice after Storm Bella last night, belted through, blocking the roads and whatever else. We thought we'd get out on the bike. So we did no more than get togged up in all our gear, and off we went. We did a quick 15 miles. Oh, 17, the wife's correcting me. We did 17 miles this afternoon. But we only got halfway when we were sadly interrupted by this meandering stream that had turned into some raging torrent and blocked our path. And much as I tried to persuade the wife that it would be good fun to go through over this, what used to be a ford but had been bridged over some years ago, but the ford would, well, it was clearly over the bridge as well, so it stopped us going through. But never mind, we turned back and came back the other way. Right then, who else has joined us tonight? Right, we have Chris has joined us. So good evening, Chris. Hope you've had a lovely Christmas. I don't suppose you've been out on the golf course with all the very inclement weather. I expect it's been pretty atrocious conditions for traipsing around golf courses, and it probably won't do them any good anyway. Sarah's just saying 3 of us so far. Where is she? Wait a minute, I've just gone off my screen. 3 of us just not sure if Joe's going to make it. Never mind, you'll have to see. Joe might turn up out the blue. We'll have to see. You have to let me know if Joe does turn up. Mick Roberts has just joined us. Season's greetings, says Mick. So Mick and Bev are online, raring to go for tonight. Don Cazzotti have just joined us. They're signing in from London, Rugby and Lower Hill Morton. Excellent. And Faye has just joined us. Hi all, the Booby Prize girls are here. Both boobies are present and correct. Excellent, that's what we like to see. So good evening, Faye. Hope all is well with you and you've had a good Christmas. Lisa Laxisic has just joined us. She says, good afternoon all. Team UK, USA checking in. Hope everybody's recovering from a lovely Christmas. We've overindulged, but went for a 5-mile run this morning. Blimey, so feeling a little smug. Blimey, we did 17 miles on our bike. But I don't think I'd like to do 5 miles running, but never mind. Clive's just asking me, is my tooth any better? Well, I've had a week of antibiotics, and I went to the dentist to get some more antibiotics because I thought, well, if it starts playing up on Boxing Day, to be fair, it's better than it was. At least I can touch it without great pain, but it was throbbing a bit last night, so I'm going off to see the dentist on Wednesday to let him have a proper look at it. It's a little bit awkward because it's a capped tooth, so obviously the problem is underneath, and as the cap hasn't been removed in 40 years, I don't want him tinkering about with it really, but there we go. Right, so that's my tooth gone. Still not eating any pudding, Chris Meads. Now that's an interesting one. We found a Christmas pudding in our cupboard, obviously prior to Christmas, so we dug it out. And we looked at the date on it, and it said 6 months matured on this Christmas pudding. The fact that it had been in the cupboard for 2 years, or whatever it was, a year, probably meant it was 18 months or or 2.5 years matured. Anyway, we had it for tea, and it was very, very nice. So obviously, Christmas puddings do get better with time. So there we have it, the tale of the 2-year Christmas pudding with some brandy sauce for tea. That was tonight. So excellent. Right, Jed and Tracy have just joined us, signing in and saying a very Merry Christmas to you all. The wife was telling me off before we started because I was singing. What was I singing, Ange? I was singing something. I was singing Jingle Bells or some Christmas song. She said, "Christmas is gone. Humbug, humbug," I said to her. Never mind. We've got to make the season last as long as possible. There's not a lot else to look forward to, is there, at the moment? Right, Squeaky Pop have just joined us, evening all. Only just realised it's Sunday quiz night. Neil and Tracy are here. So good evening, Squeaky Pop. Carol's just joined us. Home Alone 6, all here tonight. Excellent. That means a good showing then from Carol and the gang in Crick. Hope all is well with you all and you've enjoyed your Christmas so far. Who else has just joined us? Right, the Ridgeways have just joined us now then. Fantastic. Wait a minute, I've missed a few, sorry. Let me just go back. We've got Carol Green's just joined us. The Cornish Tyke is here. Good evening, Carol. Hope all is well with you and you've had a good Christmas. Matthew's just joined us. PRS are signing in. Hope you had a great Christmas. We did have a very nice Christmas, Matthew. Besides the poorly tooth of mine, but never mind. How's the Christmas power generation? A bit of a story there, Matthew. Well, I don't know whether you know, but I'm moving on to a new tariff, which basically is called Agile with Octopus, and it allows you spot pricing. So last night, prices actually went negative for a while from about midnight till 6 in the morning. They were actually paying us 4 pence per kilowatt hour to use their electricity. Does sound a bit strange, doesn't it? But that is absolutely true. The problem is I'm not actually signed up to that yet, so it's got to wait until the new year, but never mind. Right, so Anthony was saying we've got all the Ridgeways. Now, the Ridgeways did exceptionally well last week, 3rd place on a fantastic, where were they last week? A fantastic 58.5 points. In fact, they were only half a point behind Split the Difference, who in turn were only 2 points behind the winners last week, which were Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals. Right, Penny's just joined us. So Penny Graham, evening all. Hope everyone has had a good Christmas. So Penny from sunny Essex, hope all is well with you. And you've had a lovely Christmas, regardless of whether you're now on full lockdown. We're just about on full lockdown anyway. The pubs have been shut since the beginning of November. So, unfortunately, I had to buy all our beer generally from the supermarkets, which is a bit of a problem. But never mind, I've got some on my own, which is good. Right, Andrew and Jane have just joined us from sunny Yelvertoft. So good evening to Andrew Lewis and Jane. Hope all you've had a great time. Carrie Mitchell's just joined us. So let's see who we got here. We've got the Pew Mitchell team. Minehead Mitchells are ready to go. Got practice in from our Pew Mitchell quiz evening last night. Excellent. That's what I'd like to see. The only AJB, the 20s have just joined us. Good evening, 20s. Hope all is well with you. As is Robin Miller. Just the fact that you were singing is bad enough. It was something like Ding Dong Merrily on High, I think it was, Robin. I don't quite know. Or was it Jingle? No, it wasn't Jingle Bell. It could have been the bleak midwinter I was singing. In the bleak midwinter. Something like that, anyway. Sorry, that was just for Robin. Graham's just joined us. Good evening, Graham. So we've got, is it Upper Tough Team? Yes, Upper Tough Team emerging from Turkish stupor. Excellent. So great to see you, Graham and Jane Gifford, raring to go. Rotary boys have just joined us, and ladies, of course, sorry. The Rotary team of rugby have just joined us. So now you're in for some trouble. Michelle's also just joined us from Sunny Creek. Good evening, Nick. Here we go. 3G signing in. Charlie, James, and Michelle. So full team tonight. Matthew Blood saying a carbon neutral quiz then. Not quite, but never mind, Matthew. I wish it was. Andy Smith also joining us. Good evening, Andrew. Hope all is well with you. And Latham House lockdown. Happy gin o'clock. That probably means you're enjoying the fruits of Christmas, which is always good when people bring you bottles, whether it's bottles of beer, bottles of gin, bottles of wine, whatever. We all seem to get a few for Christmas. Thankfully, I have my birthday just on Christmas Eve, my birthday was. And, of course, my sons always seem to bring me some beer as well. So that helps over the festive period for us. Joe has just arrived, I've been told by Sarah. Sunny from sunny Worcester. So Joe has arrived, guest starring, what's that? Potty and Karen. Oh, excellent. So we've got even more. Footy Fox 86 have also joined us. So good evening, Footy Fox 86. Right, we've got 60 people online as we speak, raring to go for tonight's quiz. Do remember, if you do like the quiz, give me a thumbs up in the like column. It's only a little button you've got to press. And if you're not following me on my YouTube channel, do subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. I don't send you anything nasty, you'll be pleased to know. It just gives you automatic updates rather than me having to send them out on Facebook all the time or other means. But never mind. Now, tonight's quiz. We'll start off with surprisingly, the first round is called Sunday the 27th of December. Sunday 27th December. And December is spelled D-E-C, just in case you wanted to know. So there are 13 possible answers to this round. S-U-N-D-A-Y 27-T-H-D-E-C. Sunday 27th December. You get the idea. Round number 2 tonight is a CC round. So all the answers are 2-word answers starting with the letters C and C. As in, for instance, Chris Christopherson or something like that. Round number... Oh, sorry, that's wrong. Round number 3 is a first word link. Basically, you take the first word of each answer, and when we get to question number 10, it'll ask you for a link between the previous 9 answers. That will give you an idea. Round number 4 tonight is a straightforward geography round. Straightforward geography round. Can't go far wrong with that. Round number 5 is a connections round, where there are 10 general knowledge questions, and the question 10 asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. And finally, the last round is just a general trivia round with some silly trivia. Nothing too testing, though, tonight. Not too many guess it and whatever else answers. Never mind, we'll see. Right, Anne Anderson's just joined us. So good evening, Anne. Evening, Nick, and everyone else from wet and windy Essex. Well, the wet and windy weather blew straight through the Midlands last night, thankfully, and it didn't actually cause as much trouble as I thought it was going to, but I gather you had it pretty bad on the south coast. So hope all is well and not too many trees down and whatever else. Ian's just joined us. Pinky and Perky signing in while eating beef Wellington and drinking various beers. That's what I like to see. So what is everybody on tonight? Do let me know what beers or ales or wines or spirits, or whether you're on coffee or not. What's that? What does Dumbo say on January the 1st? Flappy New Year. Oh, dear God. Squeaky Pop, if we're going to start off with jokes that bad, that's dreadful. Worst joke of the evening so far? Evening, Martin. Sounds grim. Right, Quizzy Rascals have just joined us. Good evening, Paula and the gang. What's that? Mick Roberts is on Atomic. I'm on Atomic as well, Mick. Good ale. Can't go far wrong with that one. Christopher Meads is on the Citra tonight, one of Oakham's finest. Right, then, with just a couple of minutes to go, let me just run through last week's there or thereabouts. In no particular order. Well, first place, actually, we had Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on a fantastic 61 points last Sunday. They were closely followed by Split the Difference on 59 points, with half a point behind them were the Ridgeways on 58.5 points. Then we had, I think, 58. Yes, Clive and Janet from Stockton were on 58 points. And then closely behind them, we had the Randy Skowskits on 56.5. They were hotly pursued by Jed and Tracy on 56. And then we had the Rotary Club of Rugby on 55.5 points. So it was all pretty close last week. Now then, I've already been through tonight's rounds, which start off Sunday the 27th of December. Let's just see what other chat we've just had. So we've had Carol's just saying she's on Blue Moon Belgian White. 5.4%. That was quite a nice beer, as I recall. Is that the one with the hint of orange, or is it coriander? Yes, a hint of coriander and orange, I think, wasn't it? Blue Moon. You'll have to let me know. It'll probably say on the bottle somewhere. Mike Yates, he's saying evening all. Evening, Mike. Hope you've had a great Christmas. And the Latham House lockdown, one for him, one on the vodka, and one on the floor. Gin, not him. Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you meant one of the team was on the floor already. So in for the win tonight then, Latham House lockdown. I think they're in for the win. Right then, everybody, do remember, if you're interested, we will be doing another quiz. Now, wait a minute, where does it land? Wednesday? Not New Year's Eve or something silly, is it? That's Thursday, right. Wednesday night for the next quiz, and then there will be one next Sunday, just to keep you all entertained. Right, we are at that time. Charlie's on hop-ended IPA from Holden Brewing Co. Ireland's oldest independent brewer. I'm going to have a pink gin followed by a glass of sparkling wine. Well, that sounds good. Right, it is now 2015. We have 75 concurrent users online at the moment. I've got 12 likes. Do feel free to give me some more likes if you do. Carol Green's just saying spiced with a combination of orange peel and coriander. I wasn't far out. Excellent. It's a lovely beer. Right then, everybody, here we go. Let me just get it up on my screen so I can see what's going on. Right then, for anybody that hasn't done the quiz before, and I'm sure you all have, your first answer has got to start with the letter S. So question number 1, let's go back a little bit, but you might remember it. Question number 1, better known by its acronym, what was the national airline of Belgium from 1923 to 2001 that was based at Brussels National Airport? That's an interesting one to start us all off. Perhaps a bit tricky, that. Good evening, Alex. Nice to see you. And John's just joined us from the Famous Five. So great to see you're in as well, John. Hope you've all had a good Christmas to the Famous Five and to Alex, of course. So better known by its acronym, what was the national airline of Belgium from 1923 to 2001 that was based at Brussels National Airport? And it starts with the letter S. It's a one-word answer, as it's an acronym, of course, so I'm sure most of you will have heard that. Well, maybe not everybody, but never mind. Question number 2. This was something that was on the television only the other night. A festive episode of which popular sitcom was called Lockdown Christmas. It featured a plague hit London, and as Christmas approaches, Will and Kate are in wave 15 of state-enforced home confinement. 2-word answer starting with the letter U. So we're after the name of the sitcom it's from. So a festive episode of which popular sitcom was called Lockdown Christmas. It featured a plague hit London. And as Christmas approaches, Will and Kate are in wave 15 of state-enforced home confinement. They were taking the piss on that one, I have to say, but very clever indeed. Little Nick's looking over us. He's not been put away yet. I'm going to give him at least until the new year. Oh, bother. He can stay out until 12th night, actually. I've told him he can stay up. Question number 3 starts with the letter N. This was also on the news. Sometimes referred to as the home of country music, which city saw a powerful camper van blast on Christmas Day, causing widespread damage? That starts with the letter N. Remember, a one-word answer I'm after. So sometimes referred to as the home of country music. What city saw a powerful camper van blast on Christmas Day, causing widespread damage? Right, has anybody had something they really didn't expect, a Christmas present they really didn't expect? Do feel free to post it if there's anything you've really got that you didn't expect to get. Well, yes, the morning boggle, says my wife. Well, I know. Yes, my niece managed to get her COVID positive test for Christmas Day. That was good fun, wasn't it? But never mind. Question number 4. Here we go. In which BBC TV series are couples given money to spend on their wedding? However, they must spend 3 weeks apart from the groom, they must stay 3 weeks apart, and the groom must organise all aspects of their wedding. Donald Trump earrings. 24 craft beers from Flavorly. Excellent. What's that? Jackie got a massage and I got a giant glass tortoise. Oh, that sounds interesting. Great. Giant glass tortoise. So question 4 again. In which BBC TV series are couples given money to spend on their wedding? However, they must spend 3 weeks apart and the groom must organise all aspects of the wedding. Probably the best thing to do anyway, I'm sure. That is a 4-word answer starting with the letter D. Question number 5, starting with the letter A. What was the title of Elvis Presley's first ever British #1 hit single? So question number 5 again, 3-word answer. What was the title of Elvis Presley's first ever British #1 hit single? And it's a 3-word answer starting with the letter A. What's Alex saying? I've got some Freedom Lager and some Hells to drink tonight. Excellent. Yes, I've had some interesting beers, I have to say. But I need to drink my fresh stuff up first. I had 2 boxes of 18-pint boxes to get through. I've got through one, but I'm well into the second one now. It's not last more than a few days, but never mind. Question number 6, starting with the letter Y. What one word can follow the words sidereal, animalistic, and Julian to give a specific period of time? Makes it a bit easier for you. So what one word can follow the words sidereal, animalistic, and Julian to give a specific period of time? T's just put, I wasn't expecting Scandinavian chocolate-covered licorice, but who would? Fair play. Sounds nice, though. No, the wife's just saying it sounds horrible. Chocolate-covered licorice. Oh, yes, it's only a chocolate. Ooh. The wife just threw a chocolate at me. It missed by about 6 feet. I'm glad she's not on my cricket team. Right then, question number 7. What's this got to start with? Where are we? Oh, yeah. This has got to start with the number 2. So what number follows the capital letter E to signify the socket size of one of the most common electrical bulbs we have in our homes today? You buy them at the supermarkets. They're E something something. So what number follows the capital letter E to signify the socket size of one of the most common electrical bulbs we have in our homes today? And for those that don't know what E stands for, it's Edison. Very nice chocolate. You know they're those purple ones out of the Quality Street. Soft. Soft toffee centre. Hazelnut in the middle. And obviously chocolate all the way around time. So I'm after a number to follow the E. Sorry. Question number 8, dead easy this, dating from the early 15th century and derived from Old French. How many items would you find in half a gross? Everybody except the real youngsters will get that. So dating from the 15th century and derived from the Old French, how many items would you find in half a gross? You're right, Martin. He's put Edison, the champion of the wrong sort of electricity. He was. And now we've got his dratted light bulb fixtures in the UK. Whatever happened to the good old bayonet that we all grew up on? There was nothing wrong with him. I've been showing my age. Right then, question Googled. Tazika Sasha. Right. Question number 9, one nice easy one for me to pronounce. Tazikasha is a type of unaged cheese that is often served along with spice meats as breakfast in which country? So Tazikasha is a type of unaged cheese that is often served along with spiced meats as breakfast in which country? You've got the letter T there, which makes it a bit easier for you. It isn't the only country that has this Tzatziki cheese, I have to say, but you've got the letter, which will make it a bit easier for you. Right then, coupled to where have we got to? What are we on now? T. Oh yes, you need the H now, don't you? Right. Question number 10, starting with the letter H. I'm sure we've had this one before, but never mind. Which Carthaginian general led his army across the Alps along with a contingent of elephants? Sorry. So which Carthaginian general led his army across the Alps along with a contingent of elephants? Right, the last three in this round start with the letters D and then E and then C, as in December. So question number 11, starting with the letter D, one for you to work out. On the TV show Camberwick Green, what name comes second to last in Captain Flack's roll call of the fire brigade? Ian Botham. No. It could have been Ian Botham. Right type of person. So on the TV show Camberwick Green, what name comes second to last in Captain Flack's roll call of the fire brigade? There were plenty of pews in there, as I recall. Fine name by any standard. Right then, question number 12, just for Penny Graham and Anne Anderson, this one. Designed by architect Norman Foster, in which English county would you find London's Stansted Airport? Bit of a giveaway if you live in the county, I suppose. So designed by architect Norman Foster, in which English county would you find London's Stansted Airport? Not that there'll be many people travelling from there at the moment, because I trust that is on full lockdown, tier 4. And finally, question 13, starting with the letter C. In both rugby league and rugby union, what name is given to the score made after a try by kicking the ball over the crossbar? So in both rugby league and rugby union, what name is given to the score made after a try by kicking the ball over the crossbar? Edinburgh. Yes, tier 4. Well done, Penny. I'm sure you got that one. I'm expecting a full 13 out of 13 this round then. Right then, everybody, how have we all fared after our first round? Or are we suffering with the post-Christmas blues? Have we all had too much turkey or too much beer over the Christmas period? Or have we had too many mince pies to fuddle the brains? Right then, everybody, I'll give you some answers to round number 1. Let's see how we've all fared. Then you can put your scores in as we go. Trust we don't need any more time. I gave you all the letters, so it's a help. So the acronym I wanted for that national airline of Belgium, it was better known as Sabena. Question number 2 was that popular sitcom called Upstart Crow. Upstart Crow, parody of William Shakespeare, of course. Question number 3, that powerful bomb was detonated in Nashville. Number 4, that TV series where couples are given money to spend on their wedding, it's called Don't Tell the Bride. Question number 5, of course, Elvis Presley's first number 1 was called All Shook Up. I'm all shook up. Oh no, I probably didn't want me to sing that. How did it go, All Shook Up? I can't remember. Question number 6, of course, the Julian is a type of year, as is sidereal and animalistic. Year was what I was after. Number 7, the E signifies Edison fitting, which is now a screw fitting for bulbs, and a standard home-sized socket is 27 millimeters, so it's an E27. You'll see them on most bulbs in the supermarkets. 27 was what I was after. Number 8, of course, half a gross is 72. Number 9, I was after the country of Turkey, where they have that cheese for breakfast. Number 10, of course, it was Hannibal that led his troops across the Alps. Number 11 was, of course, Private Dibble. I don't know what they call them privates. I've no idea. Anyway, his name was Dibble. Pew Pew, Bonnie McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble, Grub. That was it, wasn't it? Then we had, of course, the English county I was after was Essex. And, of course, number 13 was a conversion. It's called a conversion when you kick the ball over a crossbar. So well done, everybody, if you've got all those right. Let's have some scores in. See how you've all fared after that very easy first round. I say very easy indeed, yes. That's not very easy for some, I'm sure, but never mind. Right, Home Alone 6, straight in with 12 points. Well played, Carol and the gang. That's a good starter there. We have Jed and Tracy on 13, Sarah and our friends from Worcester on 11. We've got Squeaky Bob on 12, Anthony Ridgeway's on 12, Martin Davis also on 12, Pierre Escher on 12, Split the Difference on 13, the Famous Five are on 12, got Latham House Lockdown on 10, Carol Green's on 9, we've got Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 13, Andrew Lewis is on 9, we've got Mick Roberts on 12, Michelle Gibbons is on 12, the Giffords are on 13, Carrie Mitchell's on 12. The Boobies are on 10. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 12. Footy Fox 86 is on 8. We've got Don Quizzotti on 12. Penny Graham's on 10. Pinky and Perky are on 9. Mike Yates is on 11. So there's some great scores out there. We've got Kevin Keane, the Rotary Club of Rugby, on 13 points. Alex Brown's on 11 points. So, yes, very well played in that first round. Some great scores there. Oh, and the Speaks are also on 13. Siri, why am I so bad at relationships with women? This is Alexa. Oh dear. Oh, it's Harry Julian. Oh, Harry Julian bed. Ian and good old Shiraz on 13. What, Harry and Julie in bed together or what? Or you're all in bed together? I don't know. Far too much information. Well, they've probably been drinking too much. Right, wait a minute, sorry. They're on 13. We've got Team UK USA on 11, and Anne Anderson is also on a fantastic 13 points after that rather easy ethics question. Yes, never mind. Right, round number 2 is called CC round, where they're all 2-word answers starting with the letter C and C. Oh, the twinnies have just come in with a fantastic 11. So they all start with C and C, as in Calvin Klein, for instance. You get the idea. Oh, no, that's spelled wrong as well, isn't it? Damn, I got that wrong with Chris Christopherson. Never mind, you get the idea. They all start with C and C. Question number 1 then. Nice, easy one to get us going. Earth fondant is the Canadian name used to describe what type of seasonal egg confectionery? So question number 1, Earth fondant is the Canadian name used to describe what type of seasonal egg confectionery? Something we all enjoy, I'm sure, at least one. You have 2 of them, it makes you very sick. Now, remember, 2-word answer, starting with the letters C and C. And obviously you can leave the last bit off. You get the idea. Right, I'm trying to read this one because another nice, easy one for me to pronounce. Here we go. Who was attacked and killed by an unruly mob in Kealakekua Bay, Hawaii in 1779? So question 2 again. Who was attacked and killed by an unruly mob in Kealakekua Bay, Hawaii in 1779? Kealakekua. That's how it's pronounced. Have you had a good Christmas anyway, Roy? Have you enjoyed yourself? You've been out on that golf course at all? I expect they've all been closed, haven't they? I don't know. Weather's been pretty bad. We were heading towards Crick this afternoon on our bike ride, but we got as far as Aspley St Ledgers. We got caught in the great flood, had to turn back quickly. My bike wouldn't have gone through it. Question number 3. In 2012, who took over as Wales national team manager after the death of Gary Speed and led Wales to the 2016 Euros? That's a good one, Chris. That's joke of the day so far. Why are advent calendar sales on the decline? Because their days are numbered. I like that. That's very good. Well done, Chris. So in 2012, who took over as Wales national team manager after the death of Gary Speed and led Wales to the 2016 Euros? Remember, two-word answers starting C and C. Question number 4. Born in 1910, who was an English engineer, best known as the inventor of the hovercraft? Great invention, the hovercraft. So born in 1910, who was an English engineer, best known as the inventor of the hovercraft? They used to make a great noise, those things did. Dean's just saying, is it okay to dip bread in curry? Asking for my nan. Oh dear, that's nearly as bad. I think Chris has still got it with the advent calendar number. Yes. Did you hear about the two men who stole a calendar? They got 6 months each. Oh dear, oh dear. Any more calendar jokes are more than welcome. Right then, question number 5. What metric measurement is approximately equal to 1/16 of a cubic inch? So what metric measurement is approximately equal to 1/16 of a cubic inch? It's not very big. Not very big at all. Right, question number 6. Born on the 21st of February 1986, who is a Welsh singer-songwriter who rose to fame in childhood as a classical singer before branching into pop music in 2005. So born on the 21st of February 1986, who is a Welsh singer-songwriter who rose to fame in childhood as a classical singer before branching into pop music in 2005. Do you remember all these answers? 2 words starting with the letter C and C, just in case you're getting confused by it. Not that I can think that's very confusing, but you never know. So question number 7. Founded in 597, what building was destroyed by fire a year after the Norman conquest and was subsequently completely rebuilt between 1070 and 1077? So question 7 again. Founded in 597, what building was destroyed by fire a year after the Norman conquest and was subsequently completely rebuilt between 1070 and 1077? Very good question. I'm enjoying the beer tonight anyway. That's good news. So besides a Scandinavian chocolate bar, or licorice bar covered in chocolate, what else has anybody had that's a bit unusual? Oh, we've had the glass hedgehog, of course. That's a good one. A what? Oh, glass tortoise. Sorry, not hedgehog. Question number 8. Right, listen carefully. With more than 103 titles, who was one of the most prolific of British authors? Her books were inspired by her deprived youth in South Tyneside, the setting for her novels. So question 8 again. With more than 103 titles, who was one of the most prolific of British authors? Her books were inspired by her deprived youth in South Tyneside, the setting for her novels. Ian said he's had some tea bags for Christmas. That's fair. What are you giggling at? Are you eating chocolate again? Oh dear, oh dear. Chocolates are coming around again. Oh, yes, please. Don't throw it a bit more directionally this time. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Ha, now. Can anybody guess the flavour of this? It's a, what is it? Quality Street. Quality Street, it's red. And I would suggest, ooh, it's even red inside. Look at that. What do you reckon that is? Strawberry. I hope she's bought enough for everyone. Let me just test this. Oh, it's squashed. Does that mean ice cream? Oh! Alex, you're right. It's strawberry. Very, very nice indeed. George Brazier has just joined us, and he's saying, hey, hey, Nick. Nice to see you, George. Hope all is well with you. Strawberry cream with dark chocolate on the outside. That was lovely. That's probably about 150 calories, huh? Right then. Question number 9. What is the name of a hook-shaped peninsula of the US state of Massachusetts? It is close to where the Pilgrim Fathers established their settlement of Plymouth. So question 9 again. What is the name of a hook-shaped peninsula on the US state of Massachusetts? It is close to where the Pilgrim Fathers established their settlement of Plymouth. What's Anne's just said? We made Christmas hampers for our kids. Unless there were 2 2020 hampers, we included dried pasta and loo rolls. Excellent. Quality Street, best chocolate selection you can get, although the wife does not agree. Oh, well, these are going down nicely. Chris, I have to say, you can't get on with these. Yeah, quality. Right up my street. Oh, dear God. Right, question number 10. Finally, which club's record signing was for Craig Bellamy, who signed for the club from Norwich City for £6.5 million in the August of 2000? It's going back a while, isn't it? So which club's record signing was for Craig Bellamy, who signed for the club from Norwich City for £6.5 million in the August of 2000? Do remember it's CC. So it's not Manchester United, for instance. Not that we would ever have bought Craig Bellamy, but never mind. Right then, everybody, that's the end of that round. Do remember all your answers should be 2 words long. They should all start with the letters C and C. So if you're lucky, they should all be crystal clear. Oh dear, oh dear. I lay awake at night thinking of things with the same letters. I do on the beach sometimes when I'm in India. DDs, EEs, FFs, you know. Right, do remember, give me a like. Give me a like if you can, if you're liking the quiz. You can always put the thumbs down if you don't like it. And do remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already a subscriber, but I'm sure you are. Right then, let's give you the answers to these dead easy CC round. I'm sure you worked it out. Question number 1, oaf fondant, Canadian name, used to describe what type of seasonal egg confectionery. It was, of course, Cadbury's cream without the egg on the end. Cadbury's cream egg we wanted. Number 2 was Captain Cook, who was set about by some unruly mob. I think he upset the natives, basically. Number 3 was a guy called Chris Coleman. I'm sure the Welsh people amongst you would have got that one very easily. Number 4, that inventor was Christopher Cockerell. Number 5, I was after the cubic centimetre. The cubic centimetre. Number 6, I was after Charlotte Church. Number 7 was Canterbury Cathedral. Number 8, I was after Catherine Cookson. Number 9, that long hook-shaped peninsula, of course, is called Cape Cod. And finally, number 10, it was Coventry City, that signed Craig Bellamy for £6.5 million from Norwich City, apparently. So there we have. That's that was round. Nice, easy round there to keep you going, I think. Well, maybe not. I don't know whether there's any of those caught you out, but we'll see. I expect Chris Coleman might have been a bit tricky for those that don't like sport. But all the same, we have the Rotary Club of Rugby on a fantastic 23 points. Martin Davis now moved on to 21 points. Fully Fox 86 is on 17 points with Carol Green just ahead on 18 points. Chris Peaks on 23 points. Michelle Gibbons and the gang, Charlie and James are on 22. We've got Jed and Tracy on 22. We've got Sarah and the gang from Worcester on 20. Anthony Ridgway's have moved on to 21. We've got Paris on 22. The Famous Fiver on 22. And Anderson's moved on to 23 points. Andrew Lewis is now on 18. Squeaky Bob on 22. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 22. We've got the Latham House Lockdown on 19. Pinky and Perky moved on to 17. Paula Lewis is now on 23. Catty Mitchell's, that's wrong. She's put 9 down, which probably means 9 and 9. I'll give her a 19 or 18, somewhere around there. Home Alone 6 are on 19. Penny Graham's on 18. We've got Team UK USA on 21 points. The 20s have moved on to... The 20s have moved on to 20. Correction, says Carrie. She's on 21 points. Well played. Split the difference from 23. Mick Roberts has moved on to 22. That's a great score, Mick. Don Quixote's on 22. The Giffords are on 21. And we've got Harry, Julie, and... I keep reading that wrong. Harry, Julie in bed with Ian on his bottle of Shiraz, not in bed, and a good bottle of Shiraz on 23. They all seem to do better with that. You all seem to do better with that, don't you, Ian? I won't tell them that, obviously, as they're in bed. You must be keeping them quiet. Alex Brown's on 19. Play Up Sky Blues, he says. Mike Yates is on 20. The Booby Prize girls have moved on to 15.5 points. Well played, the Booby Prize girls. Right then, round number 3 tonight is first word link. Now, we've never done this before, so you've just got to take the first word of each of your answers. And when we get to number 10, you basically rearrange the first words to spell out a proverb, basically a proverb. Okay, pretty straightforward. So we're after a 9-word proverb, and basically you will need to use the initial words of the answers. Okay, pretty straightforward. So here we go then. Question number 1. What's that? Ian saying, now drinking plunged orange pale ale by Hatherwood Craft Brewery Company from Lidl. Very, very nice. Yes, we've had some of the Hatherwood. It's excellent. There's nothing wrong with Lidl and Aldi brands. They're pretty good, their beers, I have to say. I do love the way they use traditional sounding brewery names, don't they? Anyway, that's by the bar. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. In 1995, who was sacked as captain of the England Rugby Union team after referring to the Rugby Football Union Generals Committee as 57 old farts? 2-word answer. So in 1995, who was sacked as captain of the England Rugby Union team after referring to the Rugby Football Union General Committee as 57 old farts? Dear God, no wonder he got the sack, really. Don't mind people speaking their mind. I don't know what he perhaps didn't want to be captain anymore. Never mind. Question number 2, very seasonal. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes, but little Lord Jesus no crying he makes, are the opening lines of the second verse of which Christmas carol? So question 2 again. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes, but the little Lord Jesus no crying he makes, are the opening lines of the second verse to which Christmas carol? Good word, isn't it? Lowing. It's a kind of word you don't use very often. Not in general parlance, I suppose. Lowing, yes. It's a good old woody word, that one. Alex saying 6%? Good God. The Freedom Hells is really good. 4.8%, but very crisp. Even at 6%. Good God. Never mind. I'm on the, what am I on? Can't remember what it's called. Oh, Lest We Forget, which I brewed. I mean, this is only 3.8%. Yes, Lest We Forget, and I forgot all about it, but never mind. Right, question number 3. This is a bit tougher. Here we go. This one's a bit tougher. What is the common 3-word title of songs released by Bob Marley and the Wailers in 1978, Survivor in 1986, and Whitesnake in 1987, all of which reached number 9 in the singles charts, surprisingly? It's a 3-word answer I'm after. So what is the common 3-word title of songs released by Bob Marley and the Wailers in 1978, Survivor in 1986, and Whitesnake in 1987, all of which reached number 9 in the singles charts? Quite bizarre, I thought, when I started looking that up, but never mind. That might take some head scratching, that one, but never mind. Just opened my Spirit of Broadside. 40% beer. What's not like to like? Good God. 40%? Is it a blend, Chris? That'd be interesting. Broadside, presumably. Is that Adnams or something? Or is it a spirit? Or am I just not reading it right? You say 40% beer. Can't really brew a 40% beer. Ah, yes, Adnams. Finest distilled beer, excellent. Yeah, the problem with trying to get strong beers is that yeast tends to give up after about 10 to 12%. Just stops working. Kind of, they get knackered out, probably get pissed actually, but never mind. Right, question number 4, listen carefully. What is a 1989 American romantic comedy film starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan? It's a 4-word answer. I'm sure you'll have all heard of this one. So what is a 1989 American romantic comedy film starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan? That's not beer, it's spirit. Ah, well, no different than that stuff from Brewdog they produce at some ridiculous strength. Still, you don't want to drink too much of that at 40%, do you? It's like drinking a bottle of vodka. Question number 5, listen carefully to this one. This is a 4-word answer. Bargain bar, checkout, and the clearance sale were all mini games played on which TV game show, which was hosted by Bruce Forsyth and Leslie Crowther, amongst others? It's a 4-word answer. It certainly had spirit. Has he got spirit? Question 5 again. Bargain bar, checkout, and the clearance sale were all mini games played on which TV game show, which was hosted by Bruce Forsyth and Leslie Crowther, amongst others. I think there were about 6 hosts actually. Question number 6, for you that know your literature. In the Roald Dahl book, The witches plan to turn all the children in England into what small creatures? So question 6 again. In the Roald Dahl book, The witches plan to turn all the children in England into what small creatures? Now, do remember to take the first words of each of your answers. We're looking for a proverb. I think it's a proverb we're looking for. Oh, yes, it is. You might be able to start to form a proverb from the first words of each of these answers. Question number 7. If you suffered from allurophobia, what type of creature would you have a morbid fear of? And I just want the singular of that. So if you suffered from allurophobia, what type of creature would you have a morbid fear of? Just the singular. I haven't had a joke from it. Has anybody else got a good joke they want to just share with us all? Thing is, how long are we all going to stay in lockdown? That's the even more worrying part. Are we looking to open the pubs at the end of January, February, March? God knows. Never mind. It'll happen when it happens, I suppose, won't it? Question number 8. Listen carefully to this one. Not including the stations, what is the only property, this is just for Mick Roberts, this one, on the Monopoly board with a name made up of 3 words? Oh, jokes to the pre-watershed. Oh dear. Well, what did we get banned last week on the chat column? We got something banned. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Noble Cock, wasn't it? That's right. Dear God. So question 8 again, not including stations. What is the only property on a Monopoly board with a name made up of 3 words? Any help? It's north of the river. That's not very helpful because all the properties on the Monopoly board, with the exception of one, are north of the river. Right then, do remember I'm looking for a nursery rhyme somewhere. Not a nursery rhyme, a proverb. Question number 9, also starring in it as a disc jockey called Dave Garver. With which film did Clint Eastwood make his directional debut? That's a 4-word answer. I'm sure some of you will remember that film. So, also starring in it as a disc jockey called Dave Garver. With which film did Clint Eastwood make his directional debut? That's a 4-word answer. And of course, question number 10, the first words of the previous 9 answers can be rearranged and give what proverb? I will give you a minute to try and figure that one out. Basically, it's the first time we've ever done this one. Whether it'll ever happen again, I don't know. It seemed a good idea at the time. We'll just get Father Christmas singing to us while you're thinking about that one. Little Nick's still there. Go away until next year. Good round, says Dean. Have you worked it out, Dean? Apparently, Little Nick's putting my wife off her concentration. Sure, there are 2 3-word properties. I'll double check, actually. Just double check. I'm pretty good with a Monopoly board. Could have been my specialist subject, really, on Mastermind. But I've never been on Mastermind. Oh, dear. He's quite right, actually. Right. That's typical, that is. Yeah, you're quite right, actually, with that one. Where is he? Latham House Lockdown. Sure, there are 2 3-word properties. There are 2 3-word properties on the Monopoly board. I'm sorry that one slipped through. It's one I didn't check So let's just alter the question slightly. Wait a minute, where is it? What question was I on? Not including right. I'm gonna read question number 8 again. Here we go. There are 5 properties. No, there are not, Ian. I've just checked there are 2. I will double check again and make sure there's not 5. No, there aren't. Right, yes, there are 2 properties. What's that? You found my TikTok link. Oh dear, oh God. Right then, listen carefully. Not including stations, I did say that in there. And besides the Old Kent Road or Old Kent Road, what is the only property on the Monopoly board with a name made up of 3 words? So not including stations and the Old Kent Road, or Old Kent Road as it's supposed to be known. What is the only property on the Monopoly board with a name made up of 3 words? I'm going to say that once more just to get it 100% right. Right. Not including stations or Old Kent Road, what is the only property on the Monopoly board with a name made up of 3 words? I've got it. There are 9. What on earth has Matthew Blood posted there? TikTok link. That's not a TikTok link to me, is it? Oh, yes, great TikToker I am, you know. Always on there. I've got no idea how it works, actually, TikTok. Most bizarre. Never mind. You're right. No, I didn't actually say that, Robin. Not in the question. Well, I did actually, didn't I? Never mind. We've discounted the Old Kent Road now. Yeah, I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse for myself. Right then, everybody. I think we've probably all got a hang of that one then, are we? I'm giving you plenty of time to get an answer to them all. So let me go through the answers and see how you have fared. Are we all ready to do some marking? Right then, question number 1. 1995, who was sacked as captain of the England rugby team? Will Carling was sacked. Good evening, Ian Miller has just joined us. Evening, Ian. Hope all is well with you and the family. Question number 2. Of course, that carol was called Away in a Manger. Away in a Manger. Number 3. The common 3 words out of the songs released by Bob Marley and the Wailers, Survivor and Whitesnake is this love? Is this love? You might remember though. You might remember one of them. Number 4 was When Harry Met Sally. Number 5 was The Price is Right. Number 6, of course, the witches wanted to turn all the children in England into mice. Number 7, of course, Allurophobia is the morbid fear of cat or a cat or cats. Number 8, I was after The Angel Islington. Number 9 was the film called Play Misty for Me. And of course, the first words of the previous 9 answers can be arranged to spell out the proverb, when the cat is away, the mice will play. Well done if you got that. I must double check those, especially Monopoly questions. I should never get one of those wrong, but never mind. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how we've all fared after that little lot. Right, we have the Latham House Lockdown on 29 points. Sarah, Joe, Russ, and James are on 30 points. Well played them. Martin Davis has moved on to 31. Carol Beans on 28. Chris Speakers on 33 points. Great score there, Chris. Famous 5 on 32. Squeaky Pobs on 32. PRS are on 32. Michelle Gibbons has moved on to 32. Michelle, Charlie, and Joe. Wait a minute. What are we on? It's just gone off the screen. Bother. Graham Gifford's moved on to 31 points. We've got Andrew Lewis on 25. Mick Roberts is on 31 points. Mike Yates has now moved on to 28. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 33 points. Well played, the Quizzy Rascals. Anthony Ridgway has now moved on to 28 points. That's Anthony and his Mum and Dad, Paul and Trish, Pinky and Perky are on 27. We've got Home Alone 6 now moved on to 29 points. We have Carrie Mitchell now on 31 points. Anna Anderson's on 32. That's a great score. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 31. Got Don Quizzotti on 31. We'll get the Rugby Roast Club on 33 points. Good form tonight. Penny Graham's on 25. Funny Fox 86 is on 24. Jed and Tracy are on 31 points as well. I'm on nil, says Ian, at the moment. Yes, well, you've got some rounds to go. You could start yourself on 25. No, you couldn't. You could start on 20. No, you couldn't. We'll double your score at the end, Ian. That's the best way of doing it. Faye's on 25 and a half. The 20s are on 28. Split the difference are on 33. We've got Alex Brown on 29 points. There's some great scores in there tonight. Yeah, some great scores. He's saying, Ian, how is Tenerife? I expect he's loving it. Lying back on the beach now. Just enjoying it. It's the sun setting. Right, round number 4 is a straightforward geography round. Straightforward geography round. You can't go wrong with this. Nice and easy. Question number 1. At a length of 252 miles, what European capital city does the river Tiber flow through? So at a length of 252 miles, what European capital city does the river Tiber flow through? Nice easy one to start you off there. Question number 2 helps if you've been there or anywhere near there. What is the approximate average width of the Grand Canyons? The width of the Grand Canyon. I will give you the choice. Is it 500 yards, 1 mile, or 10 miles? So question 2 again. What is the approximate average width of the Grand Canyon? I'll give you the choice. Is it 500 yards, 1 mile, or 10 miles? That's an interesting one. One I'd have to guess at, I'm sure. I've never been there. It's approximately 250 miles long, so it'll take you a long time to walk it, I suppose. Right then, question number 3. In 1956, which peninsula in Wales became the first area in the United Kingdom to be designated an area of outstanding natural beauty? So in 1956, which peninsula in Wales became the first area in the United Kingdom to be designated an area of outstanding natural beauty? Now, do tell me off. Do feel free to just say if we've got too many Welsh questions, I can soon take them out. I always try to put a Welsh question in, but perhaps there's too many normally. Yeah, you see, Martin Davis has just put it in. There's a giveaway in his name somewhere. Am I putting in too many Welsh questions, Martin? That's what I ask you. I know that one. That's lovely, isn't it? There's lovely. Oh dear. There's lovely. Right, question number 4. Listen carefully. At least it's the right end of Wales this time. Oh, Christ, of course, yes. Being a Welsh nationalist as well. Question number 4. In which of the following countries do people drive on the left side of the road? I'll give you the choice. Is it South Africa, South Korea, or South Sudan? Although, as I was saying to the wife earlier, I'm not sure in South Sudan they know what road, so I'm not sure if they know which side of the road's from which. Dear God. So question number 4 again. In which of the following countries do people drive on the left-hand side of the road? I'll give you the choice. Is it South Africa, South Korea, or South Sudan? South Sudan. Ridiculous. I should read leads. Number 5. What can be a county? We're missing that. In the yeah. Question number 5. Listen carefully. What can be a county in Southern California, a river that rises in the Drakensberg Mountains, or the name of a 1972 folk album by Al Stewart? It's a one-word answer, but I'm after. So what can be a county in Southern California, a river that rises in the Drakensberg Mountains, or the name of a 1972 folk album by Al Stewart? Well, it's kind of roughly geography in there somewhere, isn't it? What's that? Ian saying on the X gin tonight from Belgium. Sounds interesting. What is it, chocolate flavoured or something, Ian? X gin. Instead of being brewed with juniper berries from the juniper bushes, being brewed with cocoa beans. Question number 6. This is an interesting one. Like drinking chocolate chip? No. They sound good. Question number 6. Estimated to have over 2 million. Which country has more lakes than any other country in the world? So question 6 again. Estimated to have over 2 million. Which country has more lakes than any other country in the world? It's not Scotland, if that'll help you. Well, they've got plenty of them, I know. Care has a vodka tasting kit. What on earth is a vodka tasting kit? Loads of different vodkas. Fair play. We did what did we do? Quince. We did a quince vodka because we had some spare quince which we nicked from over the road and chopped up and put in a bottle of Smirnoff, and it's come out really nice. Question number 7. The world's first public railway to use steam locomotives first ran between Stockton and which other market town in County Durham? Not that I'm giving that one away for somebody, but never mind. So the world's first public railway to use steam locomotives first ran between Stockton and which other market town in County Durham? Skittles vodka is nice. Oh, here we go. Now then, this is one for Alex to identify. Quality Street orange wrapper, oblong, silver foil, which is also silver. Without the orange wrapper, it is now silver. What have we got in here? I'll test that one. I'll just wait for Alex to come up with the correct flavour. Says Clive and Janet from Stockton. Question number 8. Waverley and Haymarket are the 2 main railway stations in which British city? So Waverley and Haymarket are the 2 main railway stations in which British city? Oh dear, oh dear. Ian, I was waiting for some crap joke and that one's pretty rubbish. Don't get bowled over with the Skittles. Oh dear. Nick, they're giving you the crappy Quality Street. Well, I quite enjoyed that last one. It was a strawberry, and there's nothing I like better than strawberry cream. This one, it's a bit squashed. Tangerine flavoured. Very Christmassy, that one. Very nice indeed. We better wash that down with a bit of beer even, will you? Question number 9. Listen carefully. With almost 17 million passengers, I presume that means each year, which European capital city is served by Frederick Chopin Airport? So question 9 again. With almost 17 million passengers, I presume that means per annum, which European capital city is served by Frederick Chopin Airport? So that Skittles or bumper prizes? What have we got here? They're giving you the crappy quality stream. No, they're excellent, actually, Matthew. They can keep throwing me those over. Faye's just said, we're on the Lint Dessert Creations. That sounds lovely. What's Leslie Barrett on? He's on Crunchy Frog at the moment. Are these homemade Crunchy Frog topped with chocolate? Oh, sorry, we're having a chocolate tasting session. And finally, question number 10. Named after something it is said to resemble the shape of, what is the name of the famous mountain at the mouth of Guanabara Bay in Rio de Janeiro? Guanabara. I should have read that before I read it. Never mind. So, named after something it's said to resemble the shape of, what is the name of the famous mountain at the mouth of the bay in Rio de Janeiro? Just leave that word out. It'll make it easier for me. But never mind. It's normally easier if you've been there, and I haven't. I'd love to go there. I'd love to go and see Rio. Not for long. I don't like big cities for more than a day or two. But it's nice to say you've been there. Exactly the same when we went to Ho Chi Minh City last year. Glad to see it, but glad to get the hell out of there. Never seen a city so mad in all my life. Right then, that were your 10 questions on geography. I hope you found those pretty straightforward and easy. Do we need any more time, or is everybody happy? What's that? What's that? Matthew Blood saying, toffee. Yummy, Robin. What are you on then, Robin? Are you not on any chocolates tonight? Robin's taking the quiz far too seriously for any of that business. Let's not take it too seriously, everybody. Right, here we go then. Here's your answers to the geography round. At a length of 252 miles, of course, the River Tiber flows through Rome, if it's lucky. Question number 2. The approximate average width of the Grand Canyon is 10 miles. I couldn't believe that. That's the average width. It does vary from 20 down to just half a mile or something. Question number 3 is better known as the Gower Peninsula, or the Gower. Number 4, sorry, who's after? No, I'm drinking beer. One that ruins. Sorry. In which of the following countries do people drive on the left-hand side of the road? I gave you the choice. Was it South Africa, South Korea, or South Sudan? It was South Africa, of course. Number 5, what can be a county in Southern California or a river? It's the Orange River, Orange County. It was also the name of a 1972 folk album by Al Stewart. Number 6, estimated to have over 2 million. Which country has more lakes than any other in the world? Well, you would have thought it's probably a Scandinavian country, which I would have thought, but it was Canada. Canada has more lakes than any country in the world, by a mile, apparently. Number 7, the world's first public railway ran to Darlington, from Stockton to Darlington. Number 8, Waverley and Haymarket are the 2 main railway stations in Edinburgh. Number 9, Frederick Chopin Airport is in Warsaw, in Poland. Number 9, and finally number 10, I was after Sugarloaf Mountain, of course. That mountain said to resemble the shape of a sugarloaf, whatever a sugarloaf is, but never mind. And there we have it. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how we've all fared after that round. So, anybody up in the 40s now is doing remarkably well, because the maximum possible score is 43. There might be 1 or 2 in the last round that can catch you out. So we've got some fantastic scores coming here. We've got Chris Speak on 40. We've got Squeaky Bob on 40. We've got Harry Julian in bed, Ian on his own with his bottle of Shiraz on 41. We've got the famous 5 on 41. We've got Anthony Ridgway. The Ridgway's on 36. Alan Anderson's on 38. The Givers are on 40. John Crizzotti on 40. Ian Miller's on 8 after just 1 round. Sarah and the gang are on 34. They're saying, oh dear, but that's not bad. Faye and the Booby Prize girls are on 30.5. Jed and Tracy are on 39. We've got Pinky and Perky on 36. Martin Davis says a disaster. He must have got the Galveston Peninsula, surely. 37 points. Meg Robert, 41 points. Well done, Mick. Only a point behind PRS on 42 points. Andrew Lewis is on 32. Footy Fox 86 are on 27. We've got, oh God, where have we got to? Michelle, Charlie and James are on 41. We've got Carol Green, disaster 4, she said, making 32. Never mind, that's a good score. Penny Graham's on 33. We've got Carrie Mitchell on 40. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton, not Darlington, of course, on 41. The Latham House Lockdown Gang are on 34 points. Quizzy Rascals on 42. We've got Home Alone 6 on 38. Mike Yates on 36. The 20s are on 37. We've got the Rugby Roads Club also on 42. Split the Difference are on 42 points. Lisa Lasky, Team UK USA on 39. Alex Brown's on 38 points. So some fantastic scores. We've got 1, 2, 3 teams there on 42 points. We've got 4 teams on 42 points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams on 41 points. And we've got a number of teams on 40 points. Anybody's game tonight. 2 rounds to go. Round number 5 is a connections round. A connections round, 9 questions, general knowledge questions, plus a final answer asking for a connection between the previous 9 answers. Obviously, it helps if you can work the connection out early. Then you should be able to get all the answers, of course. So here we go then. Question number 1. Actress Whoopi Goldberg's only Oscar win was for her role in which film? It was a very famous film and she won Best Supporting Actress, just to give you a clue. So actress Whoopi Goldberg's only Oscar win was for her role in which film, where she won Best Supporting Actress? Question number 2. This is a nice, good tongue twister, so to speak. On which part of the human body would you find the filiform papillae, the ungiform papillae, the foliate papillae, and the circumvallate papillae? That's an easy one, isn't it? So on which part of the human body would you find the filiform papillae, the ungiform papillae, the foliate papillae, and the circumvallate papillae? What's that, Trish? Yes, it's come up on mine. Oh, dear. Has everybody got that? Question number 2. Lydia's put it down, but for some reason it doesn't come up on no, says Ian. Oh, dear. So what is stopping that coming up? Now, there's quite a few people that haven't got that up on their chat. Well, let's try shorten it down to just the first bit then. Well, if you get rid of the rest of it and just start with yes, yes, yes. I've got it on mine. No, yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes, no, yes, yes, no's. Must have a rude word in it somewhere. So which ungiform? That sounds a bit rude, Lids. What I would suggest is you just take it down to the first one of those 4. So on what part of the human body would you find the filiform papillae? That'll do fine. Let's try that. See whether you can post that. Yes, it's okay on live chat, says Andrew. Yeah, a lot of people have got live chat, but they haven't got it. No, it's something to do with YouTube. See whether that's appeared. We've left a number of the words out now. Got it on live chat. That is the shortened version. Not that it helped with the long version either, but yes, Michelle's got that. Now they're just popped up. Well, seems a bit strange, that, doesn't it? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. We'll come back to that one if nobody's got it at the end. We've put a shortened version of that one on for you. Yes, right then, here we go then. Question number 3, listen carefully. The letters DS in the name of the handheld games console, the Nintendo DS, are said to stand for either developer's system or dual what? There's an interesting one. So the letters DS in the name of the handheld game console, the Nintendo DS, are said to stand for either developer's system or dual what? Face just saying when we refreshed it, it reverted to top chat, just something to check. Oh well. Now I've just got the feeling sometimes there's a word that it doesn't like, and it's tend to feel maybe it's because I've got the kiddie settings set rather than the adult settings set. I don't know. Well, it could be what I've got, what you've got. We don't know. That's the whole point. Question number 4. Listen carefully, listen carefully. Opened in 1979, what is the newest line on the London Underground? So question 4 again. Opened in 1979, what is the newest line on the London Underground? Though parts of it were quite old, actually, but never mind. If it's any help, it was called the Fleet Line when it was first came out. They changed the name. So opened in 1979, what is the newest line on the London Underground? Right, question number 5. Which flags are used by the Queen in England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and the Crown dependencies, with a different version being used in Scotland? So which flags are used by the Queen in England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and the Crown dependencies, with a different version being used in Scotland? They're called the same thing, but they're two different flags. But only just. Question number 6 is pretty straightforward. I'm sure we've had this many times before. With a name originally derived from early Latin, campanology is the study of what? So question 6 again, with a name originally derived from early Latin, campanology is the study of what? And it's not camping, Lydia, no. Not ends. No, it's not ends, Ian. Oh, now you're being rude, you see. But you see, the algorithm won't be able to understand your rudeness there. Question number 7. A 1968 Ford Mustang GT Fastback used in which film's iconic chase scene was sold at Meckham Auctions on January the 10th, 2020 for a record $3.7 million. Chris has just said, carry on campanology. Now, that's a fun one. Not one to see. Might be interesting, you never know. Question number 7 again. In 1968, Ford Mustang GT Fastback used in which film's iconic chase scene was sold at Meckham Auctions on January the 10th, 2020 for a record price of $3.7 million. That nearly fits in with the connection that I'm after. The spelling might be different. Question number 8. in the nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, who or what did the dish run away with? Oh dear, Chris has put starring Leslie Phillips, ding dong. Oh dear, nice one, Chris. We've got some sharp brains here, you know. One or two of you could be comedians, I'm sure. Yeah, it was a Ford Puma in the advert, says Ian. Was it really? Good God. Oh well. So question 8 again, in the nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, who or what did the dish run away with? Question number 9, in the 1973 Disney film Robin Hood, the title character is portrayed as what type of animal? My first cousin. First removed will get that one. Come on, Carol. In the 1973 Disney film Robin Hood, the title character is portrayed as what type of animal? You know your Disney films, you'll know that one. And finally, question number 10. What is the connection? The one-word connection, I'll give you a chance. What is the one-word connection between the previous 9 answers? So what is the one-word connection between the previous 9 answers? I'm sure half of you worked that out already without too much help from me. In which case, let's just get little Nick down. We're getting playing Jingle Bells quickly. He's flashing at you. Not that you can see that, but you worked them all out, haven't you? Have you worked it out? I will give you a minute because that's a tricky connection. Sure, one or two of you get it, but we'll see. So have any of our quizzes been called up for their coronavirus jab yet? Or are we all far too young for that business? I was expecting mine to come through very soon. Had my flu jab this year, first time. Might as well get double jab while we're about it. No, my mother-in-law hasn't had hers. She's 96 years old. Well, they're not giving it you anyway, Martin. You've had the dreaded lurgy. You must have built up some resistance, surely. Or is that not proven yet? I have no idea. Can you catch it twice? I don't know anybody that has. Have they? Yeah, I posted a video of me taking on my mother-in-law at ping pong. We just got our work surface at home, our centre island. I put a, what's that? My grandparents are 96, 97 had it. No, my mother-in-law was 96, and I took her on ping pong on, was it Christmas Day? Was it Christmas Day? She's actually Boxing Day. She's a pretty good tennis player, table tennis player, I have to say. Obviously, I had to give her a good thrashing, but that's probably because she's half blonde as well, which doesn't help her ability, but never mind. Oh, Chris has already paid for his. Right, well done, Chris. Back door. See, they're advertising them on the internet at the moment. You get them free. Yeah, Paul is saying apparently it's very rare to have it twice, but it has happened. Well, she said I had it in September and Defo do not want it again. Well, Martin, he had it, didn't he? Sort of idea. She's very nimble for her age. She is very nimble. Did he? Edward Lear wrote about being vaccinated in the Jabberwocky. Ha 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 ha! Got to be very careful where you get vaccinated here, Chris. That's very clever. Right then, everybody, I think we've had long enough in that round. So let's do some marking, see how you've all fared. The actress Whoopi Goldberg, only Oscar was for her Best Supporting Actress in the film Ghost. Number 2, on which part of the human body? I did say it was a bit tongue-in-cheek, of course. It's the tongue. It's the tongue that you would find the filiform papillae, the ungiform papillae, the foliate papillae, and the circumvallate papillae. They are the rough areas of the tongue. Number 3, the letters DS stand for dual screen or developer's system. Dual screen was what I was after. Number 4, the newest of the London Underground lines was renamed the Jubilee Line in 1979, when it was opened by Prince Charles, of all people. Number 5, they are better known, the flags I was after, the Queen's flags are the Royal Standards. Number 6, campanology, of course, is the study of something to do with bells. Number 7, the film I was after, from that iconic chase scene with the Ford Mustang, was Bullet. Spelt differently, obviously, than a bullet, but never mind. And in the nursery rhyme, hey diddle diddle, who did the dish run away with? Ran away with the spoon. Number 9, of course, the animal Disney film, Robin Hood, was a fox. And finally, of course, what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? It's the word silver. Silver ghost, silver tongue, silver screen, silver jubilee, silver bells, silver bullet, silver spoon, and silver fox. So well done if you got that. And even if you didn't, I'm sure you got the connection, but possibly didn't work them all out. But never mind, let's see how you've all fared. We've got Pinky and Perky on 46. We've got Home Alone 6 on 48. Martin Davis moved on to 46. Michelle Gibbons, Charlie, and James are on 49. We've got Sarah, Joe Jones, and Russ are on 44. We've got Carol Green now moved on to 39. Famous 5, first in the 50s on 51 points. Squeaky Pop have moved on to 500. We've got 50. The Ridgeways now moved on to 46. Anne Anderson's on 47. Ian Miller's now moved on to a fantastic 19 after 2 rounds. Jen and Tracy are on 48. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 34. Faye's now moved on to 36 and a half. We've got Matthew Blood on 52 with PRS. That's a great score. Leslie Barrett on 45. We've got Don Quizzotti on 50. Graham Gibbons now moved on to 47. The Rugby Roger Club are on a fantastic 51 points. Carrie Mitchell has moved on to 46 points. Alex Brown's on 44. The Quizzy Rascals have moved on to 52 points. Clive Young from Stockton now on 48. We've got Andrew Lewis on 39. Penny Graham's on 40. Latham Last Lockdown are on 43. We've got Nick Roberts on 49 points. That's a great score, that, Nick. Mike Yates is on 42. Ian Sang is, on 18. Never mind, the Twinners are on 45. We've got Ian and his bottle of good old Shiraz are on 50. Chris Beats now moved on to 49. Split the Difference and moved on to 50. Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA 49. They said they've caught up there. That must have been a good round. So well played, you. 49 points going into the last round. I reckon everybody with a 49, somewhere around there, has got a good chance of winning tonight. Got a couple of teams at the moment on 52 points, but it may all change in this last round. So let's see how we fare. Last round tonight is just general trivia. We have 10 general knowledge questions, starting with a bit of an anagram to get you going. Question number 1. I'm not sure as I didn't have this some time ago, but never mind. Gas profession. Gas profession. 2 words is an anagram of which long-running TV show? So question 1 again. Gas profession is an anagram of which long-running TV show? What I haven't seen, sorry. I've got Leslie Barrett on 42 at the bottom here. Well, I'll get a few more scores in here. No, I haven't. I've missed out. Just be. Chris, I think that's probably joke of the day so far. The Scouts have decided to vaccinate their buildings on the May the 4th next year. They're calling it Jabba the Hutt Day. Oh dear. I like that. Oh dear, update available. New and improved version installed now. That can wait. I'm sorry. Halfway through a quiz. Can't be looking at that. So, gas profession is an anagram which long-running TV show? Question number 2. Born on the 16th of December, 1485. What was the nationality of King Henry VIII's first wife, Catherine of Aragon? So, born on the 16th of December, 1485. What was the nationality of King Henry VIII's first wife, Catherine of Aragon? Kind of gives it away a bit, that one, doesn't it? So, question number 3. How many square blocks make up each playing shape in the game of Tetris? So how many square blocks make up each playing shape in a game of Tetris? It's a game me and my daughter used to play endlessly. That does get a bit boring when you get up to 10 million or so. She was good. Very good. Nearly as good as her dad. Well, she's claiming she was better than me. Like most of these, I just let them win sometimes. Question number 4. Geoffrey the Giraffe was the mascot of which retailer before it went into administration in 2018? So question 4 again. Geoffrey the Giraffe was the mascot of which retailer before it went into administration in 2018? Oh, God. Oh! Being hit on the head lessons there. Question number 5 is a good one. Most of your quizzes should get this one. Comes up occasionally. Of the 4 US presidents who were assassinated, how many of them were shot? So question 5 again. Of the 4 US presidents who were assassinated, how many of them were shot? Question number 6. Launched on the 1st of September 1930 something, because I haven't written the last digit down. I think it was 34, but it might have been 36. Let's put 34 down just in case. You can always. The BBC Home Service changed its name to what news service in 1967? I don't know. So launched on the 1st of September 1934, I'm just guessing that. The BBC Home Service changed its name to what news service in 1967? Now I got that completely wrong. 1939 it was, apparently. So launched on the 1st of September 1939. BBC Home Service changed its name to what news service in 1967? Question number 7. What is the alternative name for the childhood disease pertussis, a bacterial infection of the lungs and bronchial tubes? So question 7 again. What is the alternative name for the childhood disease pertussis, a bacterial infection of the lungs and bronchial tubes? Quite nasty in children, apparently. Question number 8. It's an interesting one. Which of the following company logos is not entirely shown in lowercase letters? I'll give you the choices: eBay, Dyson, or Spotify. Now, no cheating, no looking on your phones. So which of the following company logos is not entirely shown in lowercase letters? I'll give you the choices: eBay, Dyson, or Spotify. Interesting. Depends how good you are at visual, whatever they call it. Oh dear, I can never picture things like that. It's very difficult. Some people are brilliant at it. Just change the next one slightly. And finally, your penultimate question of the evening. Giles Gilbert Scott was an English architect known for his work on the new Bodleian Library, Battersea Power Station, and Liverpool Cathedral. However, he was most famous for designing the K2. But what was the K2? So question 9 again. Giles Gilbert Scott was an English architect known for his work on the new Bodleian Library, Battersea Power Station, and Liverpool Cathedral. However, he was most famous for designing the K2. But what was the K2? Don't say a mountain. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the quiz tonight. I've had plenty of chocolates to keep me going. In fact, I've got another one here. I think whilst getting rid of all the orange ones, this looks like another orange one. Oh, she's finding the soft ones. Yes, thank you, Treasure. She was finding the soft ones for my delicate mouth. That's very kind of her. And finally, here we go then. Final question of the evening. Question number 10. Who defeated Muhammad Ali in 1971 in what had been dubbed the fight of the century? So question number 10 again. Who defeated Muhammad Ali in 1971 in what had been dubbed the fight of the century? I remember it well, watching it on my black and white telly. Fantastic. And there we have it. 10 generalised questions in the last round there. Nothing particular to trip you up on. Have you all got answers for everything? Right, as I mentioned, next Wednesday we have a quiz. Was someone watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Was it on the... Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. Maybe I had, Ian. Good. It gives you a chance then of knowing that one, if you're lucky. If you can remember the answer. Whenever I watch quiz programs, I keep forgetting the answers. It's one of the arts of quizzing, is to remember the things you got wrong the last time you got asked the question. Dear God. Number of times we've been to a quiz, second time, been asked the same question and still get it wrong. For number 9, is it what was or what is? Hang on. Ooh. He was most famous for designing the K2. But what was the K2? Well, yes, there are a number in existence still, but it really was the K2. Are you on the right lines, Michelle? That's got to ask yourself. Right then, let's put you out your misery. See how we've all fared tonight. It has been a very, very close competition tonight. Everybody there or thereabouts within a few points. And right, we start off with Gas Profession. It's an anagram of which long-running TV show. That's Songs of Praise. Songs of Praise. I'm sure you all got that one. Number 2, born on the 16th of December, 1485. Of course, Catherine of Aragon was Spanish. Number 3, how many square blocks make up each playing shape in the game of Tetris? That's 4 blocks. Number 4, Jeffrey the Giraffe was the mascot of Toys R Us, if you remember that. Number 5, of the 4 US presidents who were assassinated, how many of them were shot? They were all shot, all 4 of them. One of them took a few days to die. I think could have been Garfield or McKinley. I can't remember, but he died of sepsis in the end, one of them, because the bullet, they never got the bullet out properly. Number 6, launched on the 1st of September 1939, the BBC Home Service changed its name to BBC Radio 4 in 1967. Number 7, of course, that pertussis, a bacterial infection of the lungs and bronchial tubes, was known as the childhood disease whooping cough or whooping cough. Number 8, which of the following company logos is not entirely shown in lowercase? Well, eBay and Dyson are. Spotify has a capital S, so it's Spotify that I was after. Number 9, Giles Gilbert Scott was an English architect known for his work on New York Bodleian Library batteries. The K2 was his most iconic thing. And of course, it was the red telephone box. The K2 was the red telephone box. And finally, number 10, who defeated Muhammad Ali in 1971 in what had been dubbed the fight of the century? That was Smoking Joe Frazier. Smoking Joe Frazier beat Ali once, and Ali beat him twice. And he was probably the toughest opponent Ali ever had. So there we have it. There are your 10 answers. Let's have some scores in, see how we've all fared after that last round. So Martin Davis ends up with a very respectable, Martin, 52 points. I'll try and put a few more Welsh questions in for you last week, as nobody seemed to mind Welsh questions. Sarah and our friends from Worcester, have a great new year, won't you all? Well, wait a minute, you might be able to might see before then, but never mind, on 51 points. Jen and Tracy on 55 points. We have Squeaky Bob on 59. That's a great score. Clive and Janet from Stockton end up on 58. Carol Green's going ugh on 55. 44. Well done. Now then into the 60. We have a famous 5 on 60 points. Well played, John O'Rourke and the gang. That's a great score. Leslie Barrett ends up on a very respectable 53. We've got PRS 62 points. That could be a winning score. Leslie Barrett, he's put it down again, so he's now on 106. Carrie Mitchell's on 54. Michelle Gibbons ends up on 59. So good night to Michelle, Charlie, and James. Andrew Lewis and Jane on 46. We've got Ridgway's ended up on a very respectable 55 points. Ian, well, on not too bad on his own, on 58 points, well played. Mick Roberts ends up on 56. The Giffords end up, Gifford and Graham and Jane end up on 54 points. Ian Miller, 24 after 3 rounds. That's not too bad. You could double that up, Ian. 48, I suppose, somewhere around there. Leslie Barrett ends up on 53 and Alison on 53. Chris Pete, well done, Chris. 57 points. He says, cheers, Nick. See you all next year. So we'll see you next year, Chris. Well done. Faye's ended up on 40.5. Well played, Faye. Home Alone 6. That's a great score. 58 points. Well played. Home Alone 6. Footy Fox 86 end up on 38. We've got Penny Graham on 45. Pinky and Perky end up on 54. The 20s end up on 53. Latham House Lockdown, very respectable, 51 points. Don Quixote, also a very good score on 58 points. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals end up on 62. That's possibly tied for first place. Well played, Paula again. Team UK USA 57. Not too bad in the end, and split the difference on a fantastic 59 points. Well played, you guys. And Rugby Rotary Club also on 59 points. So we've got some fantastic scores there. 1 or 2 teams just dropping 1 or 2 points all night long, so we can't go far wrong. There's a few thanks. Thanks, said Carrie. Thanks, said Andrew. Thanks from Graham Gifford. Mike Yates on 49 points. Well played, Mike. Faye saying, good night from the boobies. See you Wednesday, she's saying. So do come and join us Wednesday night. We've had a fantastic turnout tonight. We've had 81 concurrent teams playing, or sorry, people concurrently online playing the quiz tonight, which is excellent. So if you've come in anywhere near the top 5 for whatever teams tonight, you're doing remarkably well. Do feel free to come and join us on Wednesday night. If not, we'll see you next Sunday for another one of Nick's exciting Sunday night quizzes. So good night all, stay safe, and if we don't see you on Wednesday, we will see you next year, next Sunday night. So good night all, and enjoy the new year, whatever you may be doing. So good night all, thank you very much for taking part. Cheers. Here we have it.